Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Can you hear me? All right. Hey, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, let me give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well, continually feeding the flock with 100% truth, doing that free of charge. Also, let me say shalom, citations, mercy, and blessings to all the sincere brothers that's out there that push this word with truth and with faith, man. Shalom unto you. My name is Dabawa Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. I'm coming back with another message. I'm professing and coming in the names of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. That's his one true name, the one true name of the Almighty Heavenly Father, who is the power of the universe. He is above all, okay? And he has a beloved son who he has sent down here upon the earth in the name of Yahweh Shai, and we also come in the name of Yahweh Shai, okay? That is the name of the man who died and was risen again, died on the cross over 2,000 years ago and was risen again and now sits on the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh Shai. That's the name that his mother named him, all right, which the angel had told her to name him that, all right. That is the name that the disciples called him while he was here upon the earth, okay. The name of Yahweh Shai, all right, and the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh. That's the power of Israel, which Israel consists of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indians, all right. I try to make it a point to make mention of that within my videos, just in case someone is unaware, okay. But the purpose of this video was I'd seen a little segment, a little clip that got sent to me yesterday, which lightweight, ticked me off just because of the disrespectful nature of it. All right, but let me say this real quick. This is fair use. All right, under the copyright disclaimer, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, so this is fair use. I'm not making any type of money off of any of the content or anything like that. Let me show you the clip that I saw yesterday. All right, maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't. Hold on, I'm not getting any sound. There we go. All right, let's run this back.
This little stone at Goliath and see what happens. Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks. Yo, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude. I'm good, fam.
So let's play that one more time.
About to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens.
Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
Yo, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude. I'm good, fam.
Hey, man. Ultimately, it's only in Christianity where they pretty much make fun of their so-called beliefs. All right, I say so-called beliefs because if they truly believed in the scriptures as they say they believed in the scriptures, they wouldn't allow this, man. All right, case in point, the Arab nations with their Islam, they don't allow any type of disrespect for their religion, man. Okay, They back it up with war. All right, they'll bring war to you if you come disrespectful in the name of their God. Okay. However, Christianity, which uses the Bible, which Christianity is a false religion, man. All right, the Bible and Christianity really doesn't have anything to do with each other than false pretenses. All right, that they use with Christianity to make it seem as if they're about the Bible. However, they don't follow anything that the Bible speaks of. They don't speak about the Israelites, which is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indian. They're not pushing forth the truth about that matter or that issue. Okay, they just kind of use it as a form to rule over people. All right, that's the whole purpose of the Bible with them. But they don't get into the scriptures whatsoever. But and when you do go to Christianity, these are the kind of characters that you'll come across. You'll come across the story of King David, which was not a little, white kid. All right. You'll come across the story of Samson, which again, all these people you've seen, everybody in this video for this AI generated Bible influencer, selfie vlog. Everybody in these videos was all white people, man, so-called white people, which we know that the people of the Bible were people of color. Okay, not so-called white people, man. All right. Now, King David wasn't a very dark man. However, he still wasn't a Edomite, man. He was an Israelite, okay, of the tribe of Judah. All right. So the tribe of Judah is the so-called Negroes, who you would classify as a Negro here in America. Most of them either come from the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, or the tribe of Levi. Okay. You also have some who are classified as so-called Negroes, who's of the northern kingdom, like I myself. I look and appear as a so-called Negro. If anybody was to see me, they would say, if they was to describe me, they would say, oh, he was a short so-called black man, is what they would say, or a Negro. But they don't know that my father's line actually goes back to the Native American Indians. Okay, so I myself would be classified as a Gadite. All right. So far as I could tell. All right. So far as I could tell. So far as as I can trace my father's roots. All right. But none of the other so-called religions or anything, they don't make fun of their religion the way that Christianity makes fun of their religion, because you've seen all of this. All right. And Christians will be the main ones you see on this. It got 374K hearts. All right, with just as many comments, and forwards and so on and so forth. And that's what it was when this was screenshotted and sent to me. Okay, on the actual page that this comes from, there's no telling how high that's gotten. The point being that those people that had liked it, you know what I'm saying, and is commenting and all that, most likely they classify themselves as Christians. Okay, but they don't realize the blasphemy that's within this. And we're going to look up that word blasphemy. Blasphemy and sacrilege. Let's look up those words, man. Okay. Let's look it up on Google, and then we'll go and look them up in the etymology. All right. Blasphemy definition. Here we go. Blasphemy. It says the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about the Heavenly Father or sacred things, profane talk. And the way this is profane is because, one, those was all very serious situations, man. All right. Jonah inside the belly of the great fish was a serious situation. There's no way he's going to be there, in a mood, pretty much kind of nonchalantly apologizing and whatnot. No, that was a very serious situation. King David on the battlefield with Goliath was a very serious situation, man. Israel was at war with the Philistines at the time, man. Okay. It was a very serious situation. All right. Joseph was not he wasn't a proud man to where he was going to be sitting there bragging in front of his brothers about the coat that he got, man. Okay. Even though he received the dreams which said that he would be exalted above them, he wasn't in a manner of just sitting there bragging to where it will be taken as rubbing it in their face. All right. So this is blasphemy. It's an offensive act coming across, and Christianity has been doing this for the longest, man. Okay, the fact that you put up plastered nothing but so-called white people as the children of the Heavenly Father, that's blasphemy, man. Okay, that's an act of offense. All right, let's look up this word sacrilege. All right, because that's another word, sacrilege. Copy. We'll come here and just put it in like this. Paste sacrilege's definition. Okay, involving or committing sacrilege, violation or misuse of what's regarded as sacred. Okay, the scriptures, those stories of our forefathers, that's sacred, man. All right, let's look up the word sacred real quick. We're just gonna be looking up words. I'm sorry if you don't like that, you can click off the video. I don't give a all right. Sacred, connected with the Heavenly Father or the gods, or dedicated to a religious purpose and so deserving veneration. Let's look up the word veneration. Okay, great respect and reverence. All right, so the things that's regarded in the stories of the Bible of our forefathers, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indian, the Israelite forefathers, that is something that is that's something that's sacred, man. Okay, that's something that deserves a veneration. Okay, great respect and reverence, because that's our tale. All right, that's not for Esau to just be able to joke about and to laugh at and to mock at and to blaspheme. Okay, and to be sacrilegious about, man. Okay, it's something that should be taken sacred. Instead, it's sacrilege. It's they're violating and misusing what we regard as sacred. Okay, being what's found within the scriptures. And there's going to be a punishment for that, man. There's going to be a punishment for that. Let's go to the etymology. All right, I'm not going to make the video extremely long, and I'm not going to pull out a billion precepts for it either. You know, usually I'll load up a lot of precepts to go into. I don't have too many precepts to go into. This kind of speaks for itself. I wanted to go more into these words. All right, let's look up the word blasphemy. Blasphemy. There we go. Blasphemy. Okay, a noun, impious or profane, speaking of the Heavenly Father or sacred things. All right, which is very close to the definition that Google gave us, man. So good job, Google, keeping it original. All right, early 13th century, from Old French blaspheme, blasphemy, from late Latin blasphemia, from Greek blasphemia, a speaking ill, impious speech, and slander. All right, to speak evil of, and they don't realize that they're speaking evil of the Lord. All right, when they do these little things, man. And they could say, oh, it's AI generated. Well, Esau has programmed the AI to make it seem as if everyone in the scriptures was Edomites. All right, and that's not the case. Okay, so it is slander. That is definitely slander. That's speaking evil of, because you're not keeping it true. Okay, any lie that you try to mix in is evil. All right, it says the second element of that is pheme, which is utterance. All right, to speak, tell, and say. The first element is uncertain. Perhaps it is related to blatikos, hurtful. All right, through blacks, slack. All right, in body and mind, stupid. Also has been proposed. I mean, we pretty much get the point there. Let's look up the word sacrilege. All right, let's look up that word sacrilege. Oh, that's sacred. Hold on. Where's sacrilege? Sacrilege. Sacrilege. There we go. Sacrilege, man. All right. Circa 1300. The crime or sin of stealing what is consecrated to the Heavenly Father. All right. Temple robbery. Stealing of sacred things. Which ultimately, the sacred thing that got stolen was our identity. Okay. And our history, because the Bible puts out our history. All right, it's written to the Israelites. It's written about the Israelites, and it's written for the Israelites, and it details our history that got taken away from us. All right, that's been stolen away. Our whole identity has been we've suffered as a nation. We've suffered identity theft, man, because you have people that's over there claiming to be the people of the Heavenly Father, and that's simply not true. They are not the people of the Heavenly Father. Those J to the double O people, man. All right, those evil ass people, the most evil people, most vile people on the entirety of the earth, and they're parading around as if they're the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. Meanwhile, the real chosen people of the Heavenly Father is being treated like absolute garbage here on this planet. Okay, and these people are laughing it up, but we're gonna see who gets the final laugh. All right, we're gonna see who gets the final laugh. It says a stealing of sacred things, sacrilegious, a temple robber, stealer of sacred things. Looks like that's pretty much the point. Okay, so there's definitely, you know, the blood's on the hands, man. You've been caught red-handed, Esau, Edom, with what it is that you have done, and the Lord said He's gonna laugh at you. Okay, ultimately. Let's get that, and then I'll close it out. Like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. I don't have that much time in the first place. Let's go to Proverbs, the first chapter, man. Proverbs chapter 1. Let's come on down here. All right. We'll come on down here to verse 26, to the point. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. All right. So when the Lord is going to mock you, when you're in a time of trouble, since you want to mock the Lord, you want to mock His people, man, the apple of His eye. Okay, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall you call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Now, ultimately, you know, this was directed towards the Israelites, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father, because you're the ones that He called in the first place that has been rejected. But it's going to reign true for the rest of you as well, man. Because you so-called Christians say that you believe in the Bible. Well, guess what? The Lord's going to laugh at you when you're in your time of trouble. All right? Because you don't have Edomites standing up and saying, hey, I believe in the Bible, and this is what's going on isn't right. Okay? The treatment of the Heavenly Father's chosen people isn't right. You don't have Edomites doing that. Okay? If the heathen would get on board and support Israel, they would have an opportunity to be spared, just like Rahab the harlot was spared. Her and her family was spared based off of how they treated the spies, you know, in the city of Jericho. I believe it was Jericho. Okay, all right. Based on how they treated the reverence that she gave to the Israelite spies. Okay. Her and her family received salvation, man. Okay, the Lord, you know, who's to say that the Lord wouldn't be a little bit merciful towards the heathen if they would come and support Israel, man, the real Israelites, come and support our claim that we are the actual people of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, but instead they're on board and in league with Esau, Edom, to continue to oppress us. You know. That's why, yeah, you're going to catch it too, man. The Lord said He's going to laugh at you. All right. When all hell is breaking loose, the Lord's going to be cracking up at how you people are running around scared, man. Just like you're cracking up at this little stupid ass, this little stupid video, man. All the likes and all that. Yeah. Well, we'll see how many likes we get when the Lord's tearing this place up. All right. It's the Psalm chapter 2. And we'll look at verse 4. Okay. Psalm chapter 2 verse 4 says, He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall He speak unto them in His wrath, and vex them in His sore displeasure. Okay, so again, the point being that the Lord's gonna be laughing, man. The Lord's gonna be cracking up. Okay, let's start up. This is Psalm chapter 2 verse 1. It says, Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed. Who's His anointed? His anointed is the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indians, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. All right. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. So you guys are destined to be in derision. Okay. You're destined to be in a let's look up this word derision. All right. Let's look up this word derision just real quick. Okay. This word is la'aig. La'aig. Okay, the Strong's H3932. All right, to mock, deride, ridicule, to mock, deride, have in derision, to stammer, to mock, to deride. Okay, just as much as you're mocking our forefathers, all right, in the great deeds, the great stories, the great triumphs that has happened, that, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they was able to perform and to overcome. Okay, just as much as you're mocking that with this AI video, where the Lord's gonna mock you when you're at your most desperate point, man. Okay, and ultimately in the kingdom of heaven, when we have you guys in captivity, we're gonna mock you. All right, we're gonna mock you, man. Just as much as you want to mock everything that's ours, that belong unto us, okay, that was given unto us from the Heavenly Father. Well, we're gonna mock you when you're left desolate, man. Okay. Let me see. In the Strong's definition, it says to deride by implication, as a imitation, or I'm sorry, as if imitating a foreigner, to speak unintelligibly, to have in derision, laugh, to scorn, mock, stammering. Okay, so we're gonna mock you. We're gonna laugh at you. All right, and the Lord's gonna laugh at you. Okay, just as much as you want to laugh at everything that should be held sacred, but instead you're committing sacrilege and blaspheming, man. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there, man. Continue to cry out unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in hopes that we can get the hell out of this place, man. All right, until next time, I'm going to say shalom.